A girl named Shimli, who was the daughter of the king of that city, impressed by the knowledge and seedy spiritual power of Shams Tabriz, became his supreme devotee. She chanted the Nam mantra day and night. She started going to the ashram every day to serve the Satguru. She used to go with her father's permission. Seeing the saintly attitude of his daughter, even her father could not stop her. She used to herself prepare food for the Satguru and take it to him every morning and evening. Somebody told Mansur Ali, "Your sister Shimli goes to the ashram alone in the evening. It does not befit her. People of the city are condemning her." One evening, when Shimli's sister went to the ashram with the saint's food, Brother Mansur secretly followed her to the ashram. He started watching the activity inside through a hole in a wall. The girl fed the saint. Then the saint delivered a sermon, spiritual knowledge. Mansur was also listening to the sermon. He wanted to know what these two talk about. What activity will they do? He was watching every action that Shimli and the saint were doing and listening attentively to what they were talking about. On other days, the saint used to do deliver sermon for half an hour. On that day, he discoursed for 2 hours. Mansur also listened carefully to every word. He wanted to find some fault, but after hearing that true spiritual knowledge, he felt grateful. It is essential to worship God. Allah is corporeal. He is Kabir. He is seated in the highest sky. He also appears on the earth in a human body. After the sermon, Saint Shams Tabriz and Sister Shimli raised both their hands and asked for prasad, blessed food, drink, from God. 2 bowls came from the sky and landed in their hands. Shams Tabriz drank half the nectar that day. Shimli's sister drank hers up. Shams Tabriz said, "Ah, daughter, give this remaining nectar, prasad of mine, to the dog standing outside the ashram. His conscience is full of sin. His heart will be purified." Shimli went towards the wall with Guruji's remaining prasad. Guruji said, "Throw it through this hole. If you go outside, the dog will run away." The girl had to follow every word of Guruji. Shimli threw the nectar from the hole through which Mansur was spying. Mansur's mouth was naturally open. The whole nectar went into his mouth. Mansur's conscience became clear. His desire to meet the Satguru became stronger. He came to the door of the ashram. Shimli recognized him. She got scared and did not speak. Mansur fell straight at the feet of Guru Shams Tabriz. He revealed the sin inside his heart and begged for his emancipation. Shams Tabriz gave him initiation. Mansur started going to the ashram daily. He started chanting the Ain al-Haq mantra aloud. The Muslim community opposed him. They said, "Mansur has become a kafir, infidel. He describes God as a human. He says that God comes to the earth." They used to misinterpret the meaning of Ain al-Haq and say, "Mansur calls himself Allah. Either he should be burnt alive or he should be stopped from saying Ain al-Haq." Mansur was the son of the king. Therefore, no one was daring to kill Mansur. If he had been a common man, he would have been killed already. Thousands of people from the city went to the king. They told Mansur's mistake to the king. The king counseled Mansur in front of everyone, but he kept on chanting, "Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq." The king asked the people present there. The public should tell what punishment should be given to Mansur. The public said, Mansur should be tied at the crossroads. Every person in the city should hit Mansur with a stone weighing about half a kilogram and ask him to abandon the Kafir language. If Mansur says Ain al-Haq, then one should hurl stone at him and move forward. The next person should also say the same thing. Fed up with it, Mansur will quit saying Ain al-Haq. All the citizens of the city stood in a queue with a stone in their hands. Among those citizens, devotee Shimli was also standing in the queue. She was holding a stone in one hand and a flower in the other. Shimli had thought, "He is a devotee brother. I will hit him with a flower instead of a stone. There will be no condemnation in the public, and brother will also not suffer." Every person, male and female, asked Mansur to stop saying Ain al-Haq, or else they would hit him with a stone. Mansur said, "Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq." Simultaneously, he was also being pelted with stones. Ecstatic Mansur was continuously saying Ain al-Haq. The body was badly injured. He was bleeding. The lover of God was saying Ain al-Haq. He was laughing. When it was Shimli's sister's turn, she did not say anything. Mansur recognized her and said, "Sister, say Ain al-Haq." Shimli did not say Ain al-Haq. She threw the flower in her hand at her brother Mansur. Mansur started crying badly. Shimli said, "Brother, others were pelting stones. You got wounded, but you did not cry. I have hit you with a flower which does not cause any pain, and you started crying badly. What is the reason?" Mansur said, "Sister, people are unaware why I have sacrificed myself to God, but you have the knowledge that body, mind, and wealth have little value in front of God. I did not feel sad about being stoned by ignorant people because they do not have any knowledge. Oh sister, you know it all. You are the one who brought me on this path. How did you raise your hand towards me? Dishonest. I have felt greater amount of pain from your flower than the stones. Murshid, Guruji will not forgive you." All the people of the city went home after pelting stones. Some contractors of religion took injured Mansour to the king and said, "King, nothing is above religion, neither kingdom nor family. Mansour is not stopping saying Ain al-Haq. Tell him to give up saying Ain al-Haq, or else his hands, neck, and feet will all be cut into pieces. If he does not forsake saying Ain al-Haq, then this infidel should be cut into pieces and set alight, and his ashes be scattered into the river." Standing in front of Mansour, it was said, "Either give up saying Ain al-Haq, or else one of your hands will be cut off." Mansour pointed his hand to the cutter, who was standing to cut with the sword, and said, "Ain al-Haq." The executioner cut his one hand off. Then they said to Mansour, "Stop saying Ain al-Haq, otherwise the other hand will also be cut off." Mansour put the other hand towards him and said, "Ain al-Haq." The other hand was also cut off. Then it was said, "If you say Ain al-Haq this time, then your neck will be cut off." Mansour said, "Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq." Mansour was beheaded. His body was set alight, and the ashes were scattered in the river. The words, "Ain al-Haq, Ain al-Haq," were also being emitted from those ashes. After some time, 1,000 Mansour started roaming every street of the city while uttering Ain al-Haq. Everyone got scared and locked themselves in their homes. God stopped that divine act. One Mansour roamed the streets while uttering Ain al-Haq. Then he disappeared. Mansour's name was changed to Muhammad, and Satguru Shams Tabriz took him and set forth to the city of Multan, Pakistan. It is written in a book that the name of the city, whose king's son Mansur was, is Baghdad, which is currently the capital of Iraq. The speech of Sant Garib Das Ji is also indicating the same. Garib, Khurasan, Kabul, Kila, Baghdad, Banaras, Ek, Hilaos, Balak, or Bilayat Lag, Ham Hi Dharain Bhesh. That is, just as I stayed in Banaras, Kashi city for some time, similarly I stayed in Baghdad. I emancipated Mansur from Baghdad, delivered Ramanand from Banaras, liberated Sultan Ibrahim ibn Adham from the city of Balak. I, Supreme God Kabir, alone performed divine acts till Bilayat, i.e., England, by disguising myself.